And good morning. I'm your host with an episode of Piping Hot Frags. How you guys doing this morning? So this morning, got a lot to talk about. A lot of stuff going on in the gaming world. A little bit about technology. We got some stuff by beautiful red team coming out with some new stuff, trying to rival the beautiful blue team or green team, depending on which one you're looking at. Along with that, a couple other advancements in technology that even green team's pushing forward with, which will be nice to see. It's good, healthy competition. See these guys pushing and shoving upon each other. So that's awesome. We got that. We got Warner Brothers and Monolith Studios. Got a little update on that game they got coming out there. Not sure if we're all on that or not. No Man's Sky. Gonna touch on that a bit today. Dota 2. Got something on that. Rainbow Six with new release. Operation Star Citizen. We got a little clip for you there on that. Euro Truck Simulator, Destiny 1/2. Got some stuff on that, and then yeah, we'll wrap it up and see what you think. Into this, starting out with Euro Truck Simulator, they're rolling out a new. Some people, they like their shooter games, and some people like their MOBAs, and some people like their MMORPGs, like their truck simulators, and for some reason this genre has done very well. I don't know. I couldn't do it. I fall asleep. Um anyways, Euro Truck Simulator releasing new DLC, and it's going to be in Italy. And so yeah, there's that. I guess all their designers just fell in love with the areas they were working with. The hills and the mountains and all the lush areas and all this shit. They went great detail. So I guess part of designing the maps is you have to go see what you're going to design. Well, I guess they loved it. So there's that. um, Eric, moving on from that, we're going to get into Destiny 1 spotted on Steam. Now, I read through this article a couple times. I believe it was over on PCGamer.com or whatever. I read through it several times. It's kind of confusing and convoluted. But essentially, Destiny 1 and some of its currency kind of loosely showing up on parts of the Steam market. So people don't know what that means. There's a lot of hinting. Well, maybe it's for, like hyping before the Destiny 2 releases. But then again, that's going to be on the Blizzard launcher. So if we were going to get a Destiny 1 in to prequel that, something we could tear through and then boom, go into Destiny 2 to help the sales of Destiny 2, wouldn't you think it'd be on Blizzard launcher? I don't know, kind of convoluted, kind of weird, don't know what's going on there. Wasn't really much details other than somebody buying a silver that was a Destiny silver, so it was in-game currency, was able to be purchased, and they did it. The purchase went through. So I don't know. Could be something left over that somebody just finally found. I don't know. Fuck it. I don't really care. Looking forward to 2 because I can actually play 2. That's confirmed I can play 2. And those numbers are going to be, what is it, taking place the August 28th is when the PC beta will start. So that's our number that we're looking forward to. August 28th. The rest of the game, October 24th will be, well, you have September 6th for the PS4 and Xbox One, and then slightly later, October 24th, that's the PC release date as of right now. Could change. Who knows? Looking forward to it. Seems pretty friggin' awesome. Yeah. How about that? Moving on. AMD's next gen, it's going to be a 7nm GPU named Navi. Kind of cool. 7nm, that's half of what my current processor is right now, because my processor is 14nm chip. That's half. Good on them. It's going to feature a AI specific circuitry that AMD's been developing. Um, well, that's kind of cool. I mean, Nvidia's doing the same thing. That's what I was talking about. Like, red versus green and blue. They're all doing their same thing. They're all battling it out, making cool shit happen. Um, so along with AMD pushing forward in this AI sector, which is not really going to help us right now, but if we don't develop the tech now, when we get ahead where it could be implemented, we're going to be behind. And I think that's why they've taken this and they've moved this up into, it's going to be on a chip. It's going to be a feature there. It's going to be like, well, it's there. Kind of like your appendix. Is it really doing anything? So that's what it's sounding for gamers, at least. It's going to be I don't know how much is really helping us, but hey, it's there. So if we can implement it, we can implement it. And so both teams are doing that, AMD and fucking Nvidia. Both trying to utilize the beneficial benefits of, I just said that, yes, beneficial benefits of AI technology. We're integrating our system. That's what we're doing. We're trying to make everything bigger, badder, faster, sexier, sleeker. You know, and this is part of it. Uh, it's what do you expect? We have along with that AI, we have Dota 2. Over the weekend, we had one of the international champs, Dota 2. He got beat by an AI bot. The company's been developing an AI bot that specifically hasn't been programmed. It didn't get programmed. Its sole purpose was to play against itself, and that's how it started out. So they started it up, and it was on this side. The other buddy was on this side. 1v1 status, just fucking heads. And through that, it would recompile all the data it learned from every single match, what it could and couldn't do, and it would file that away. And from that, trial and error, running hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of matches, it's evolved into the perfect Dota playing machine. Kind of. I mean, well, it's not perfect yet. Obviously, there's going to be techniques that it hasn't seen. It's going to be champions that it hasn't went up against. Anytime there's new content added to the game, it's got to adapt to it. It's got to figure it out. It can't just... If you threw new heroes into the game, it wouldn't know what to do. It'd be like playing it with a fresh baby. I mean, it'd know the general concepts and rules of the game, but it wouldn't know what to do with the hero exactly. So it learned. So there's that. I mean, got a world champion getting his butt kicked by... That sounds so bad. Getting his butt kicked. Let's just say he lost to an AI robot, which is respectable. You're talking about something that's ran hundreds of hours of algorithm, compiling to be the perfect player. And then, you go up against it, but you lose. Come on, dude. You're going into a losing battle anyways. It's like going to a shotgun fight with a goddamn pistol. Who does that? Yeah. Speaking of shotguns, I hate goddamn PlayerUnknown's shotgun math. Doesn't work. Warner Brothers and Monolith have revealed more than 40 minutes of gameplay now of their new game coming out. Is it the original Shadows of Mordor? Great game. I really liked it. Kind of on the edge of this whether I wanted to play this game or not. Middle Earth Shadows of War. Problem is, I looked at it and it looks exactly the same as the game I played for. So, if you're not in it for the story, I don't believe this game's gonna be for you. I thought the story was all right. Wasn't It was a good story. Don't get me wrong. It was a good story. It just wasn't something I really got into. I'm sure there's people out there that are more invested in the whole Lord of the Rings series and the whole Middle Earth and Mordor and all that shit and fairies and elves and it's cool shit, dude. I used to play World of Warcraft. I got into the fairies and elves and shit. Just I don't really get wrapped up in lore that hard, and this game is a little bit more lore bound. And so if you're not invested in like knowing some of the champion names or knowing some of the key players that are gonna be debuted in this game, you might not have as much connection to the content as say another game where just there's no real lore behind it and they work to develop those characters. it seems like this game is kind of leaning on what's already been out there a little bit. Still looks like great gameplay. I mean, that. There is that. There is that. That's that. No Man's Sky. This one I had to actually fact check for myself. It hit my radar this weekend, and I knew it was coming out. I knew we had the Atlas Rise update coming out, adding 30 hours of new gameplay, allowing co-op play, shit like that. So you have this huge update dropping. And, you know, to me, it was like big deal. Man, I'm kind of burned on you guys. You guys, like, destroyed your reputation, Mr. Hello Games. Just the bad release, the glitchy bugs from the start. Wouldn't even boot on old chipsets and shit. And so, it was kind of like they made sure it ran on their computers and said, yep, it's a computer game. It runs on ours. Don't worry about anybody else's. Nobody else is running anything else. It doesn't matter. Just make sure it runs on this one chipset. Well, yeah, that's kind of how I got the impression. Anyways, moving on from there, they released this update, put in a lot of key features that should have been there from the start, anyways. But whatever. Yeah, and so it hit the top selling list for Steam. And I don't know if it's still currently there right now. I gotta look now, actually. But yeah, it was number one on top selling this weekend. Best selling games. I don't know if it's still up there or not. It's dropped back down to number 2 slot. PlayerUnknown's Battleground is back at number 1 right now. Followed by Agents of Mayhem at number 3 slot, and then Rocket League, Black Desert, Hellblade, and Lawbreakers. And then For Honor, which is no surprise, due to the fact that For Honor and No Man's Sky are both on sale. No Man's Sky on sale for 60% off. For Honor on sale for 50% off. It's gonna drive sales. I mean, anybody that wanted to play it, you know, it's down below $30. People are gonna try it at that price. $60 title, most people won't do that for a $60 title. But for a fucking $30, $24 shot in the dark, yeah, fuck it, I'll fucks with you. It says right there, fucking 30 hours of goddamn gameplay added. Well, if it's supposed to be, you know, 30 hours already, because most games are 20 to 50 hours of gameplay average, at least somewhere between there, depending on what mode you're on and how skilled gamer you are. We're not talking about speedrunning, we're just talking about just playing through content, not side quests, and just straight up main quest fucking playing through content. Generally somewhere between 25 and 50 hours is most games. So if you went off that, and then they add 30, now you're looking at 60 hours of gameplay for like $30. Well, fuck it. That's a good fucking deal if you ask me. Way cheaper than going to a strip joint for entertainment, if you ask me. We got Dota 2. Dota 2 decided to reveal 2 champions. 2, or heroes, or whatever you want to call them. I want to see them. Alright, here we go.
A wise man once spoke of what a hero truly needs. Speed, strength, wisdom. But this man was not entirely correct, for he neglected to mention the most important trait of a hero. Style. No need to worry, my dear. The forest, she is safe now.
Oh, safe? It's really not.
Gonna go away? Okay. I think it went going away. Alright, there it goes. Like sitting there waiting, I was like, is it gonna go away? So that's the update. It's called the Dueling Fates. You got like this cat in armor kind of swashbuckling conquistador kind of looking thing, cat-ish. I'm pretty sure I'm probably gonna get flamed for this. It's probably wrong terminology or whatever. And then look like you got like this fairy slash pixie thing carrying around some kind of like sprite. You know, I don't know what to call that damn thing. Whatever. Um, yeah, there's that. There's that. There's that. So if you're into Dota 2, there you go. Dota 2 making my list twice today. There you go, man. Awesome. Airing it up. Along with Dota 2 coming out with that update, we got Rainbow Six Siege, Operation Blood Orchid. And I talked about this last week. I showed a picture of a Ferris wheel on a beach, kind of surrounding a theme park kind of area. It's got a monorail, a Ferris wheel. You know, it looks like a old worn down theme park, which would be awesome. And so that was part of this update. And so the Blood Orchid launch, or is to launch. You know, they say it's gonna launch. It happens. Don't hang me if it doesn't happen exactly. I'm just reading their numbers, man. This is what they give me. But anyways, it says August 29th, new map and 3 new operations. That's the new map I showed you the other day. The new operations. There you go. Yeah. So yeah, six long painful months since seeing new content. For if you're a Rainbow Six player, I'm not. Looked really cool. I don't remember. Something else came out at the same time, and I think it was Player Unknown or something. I don't know. I got into some other game at the same time, and it was like I don't have time for 2 games, so I didn't get into Rainbow Six. But Rainbow Six did look kind of fun. I mean, it's got a lot of cool features, very trolly features of being able to reinforce walls and trap your buddies. I think that's kind of amazing. I tell you. I'm pretty sure they probably fixed that after that went viral on the internet for so long. But yeah, that aspect right there, being able to troll people like that kind of made me just want to get the game just to do that at least once. Bucks, I guess, right? Just trolling people worth $30. Oh yeah, that's right. Boom.
Three from Europe, the top 3 from NA, and 2 teams have joined us all the way from Brazil to fight in our tournament over this incredible weekend. We bring you incredible panels with more information about this game that we love so much as we go along the way as well.
Oh, that's what I forgot. I got so obsessed with the build, the Blood Orchid. That yeah, there's a competition going on, and during that competition, that's going to prelude into the whole release of this. So yeah, there's that. There's comp going on for Rainbow Six. How big this gets, who knows? I mean, it could be like the next short competitor for CS:GO. You know, it's obviously has a very high competitive factor to it, but it's all dependent on the audience. You know, you could have a great game, and if the audience doesn't want to watch it, doesn't want to see it, has no luster for a competitive atmosphere, then it's not going to happen. I mean, that's strictly how it goes, unless the company wants to invest tons and tons of money into it. Overwatch. But yeah, I mean, there's that. I mean, you got to have the community there. Moving on. Oh yeah, Star Citizen. There we go. Coming it out, bringing it out, doing it, holding it down, doing some cool shit. So Star Citizen has released a couple videos now showing off their UI. The cool thing about their UI is Not sure how much time you guys have spent on YouTube, but there's a lot of troll videos out there. Um, oh yeah, brand new cell phones hitting the market next year or whatever. Every year they're the same video, just relabeled and the next following year. And so you'll have like these plexiglass things on your arm or some kind of HUD that pops up and you look at. They all look really fucking cool. The thing is, they don't exist. They're created in Adobe Photoshop or some other program, and then they're put into the video, and they're like, "Oh yeah, look at this." It's always like a still image. It's not like they took time to go do a CGI shoot, and then no, because that'd take too long just to troll people. Well, clickbaity, clickbait or troll, either one or the other. And so that's where it's at right now. Is that's what this reminds me of. Their new UI system reminds me a lot of these clickbaity, trolly cell phones. Just here, watch. It's easy. Watch.
So as always, there's a plethora of features that the UI team has been working on. One of those features has been the mobiGlass, and we've been kind of overhauling that over the course of the past few months. We had done some preliminary concept work last year, working closely with our systems design team to design something that would assume something more akin to what you would find in a typical desktop OS. However, what we really needed was a few key pieces of tech that would really make it worthwhile without us having to write a ton of bespoke code and functionality. One of those was what we call the render to texture tech, and that's something that the graphics team has been working on and providing us. So we are essentially now integrating this tech with all of our UI across the board, including the mobiGlass. So you'll find this eventually in ship displays, shopping terminals, kiosks, and so forth. So the key effect that this provides us is that it enables us to render a 3D scene, whether it's a video comm call feed or an image representation of an item in game. But we're able to render that on either a 2D screen or actually within a 3D hollow volume. So in both cases, it's actually the same exact display tech being used. We don't have to write bespoke code to display a UI or a 3D representation in a 3D volume versus a 2D one. So this allows us to have things like 3D holograms of ships and sort of mini-maps and the star map and so forth rendered onto screens in game, and it looks much more proper than it would otherwise.
So in UI design, you can only subvert player expectations so much before they find your UI clunky, frustrating, or unusable, something we absolutely don't want in our game. A good rule of thumb we use is that you should only be focusing on and changing one unique angle of your UI to ensure that the core components of the rest of the system remain understandable and within the expectations of the player. So what I mean is that the main thing you'll see with the mobiGlass that differs from traditional UI systems is that we made it as diegetic as possible, making sure it was immersive and stayed grounded in the game world. So things like attaching it to your wrist movement, tilting it back a little bit, and adding visual effects to make it look like a real object in the world, and not just something sitting on top of the game world.
So that's the new feature that's being played with, toyed around with. Star Citizen looks really awesome. Really happy for him. Yeah, Star Citizen, another word again, once again. Always making strides and even if Star Citizen, a whole bunch, a plethora of different things that could go into games to make games better. Just that right there, you could park that bitch out and fucking make tons of fucking money. But I don't see it flopping. Star Citizen, you're gonna be there. You've been here, you'll be there. That type deal. Really happy. Got a real, I wasn't a believer at first. I'm still not a believer to the point where I'm gonna spend $600+ or $700+ on a ship, and I'll play with my buddies. When it comes out, dip my toes in it. But yeah, them for making something really cool, and taking something like a simple UI. So many times it's like just plops up and it's right in front of your face, and it takes you right out of the game. There's been very few games. I think Deep Space had one kind of like what they're talking about. I don't know. There's been so very few games that have tried to do an in-game UI versus a this big pop-up thing that just didn't work. Division did it, kind of. It wasn't exactly 100% dare. It was like a 50-50. It's like, oh, it pops up and then it goes. It was like a preloader to the loader. You know, you see what I'm saying? So yeah, there's that. And that wraps up this episode for today. I believe that's all I had to cover. Covered that. Yep, that's all I had on my list for today, man. So you guys, stay safe. I got for you today. Bend at the knees while lifting heavy objects. You guys stay frosty. Have a good one, my dudes. And yeah, that.